So last weekend we actually went to the Southeast Game Exchange, and I thought it would be a lot of fun this week to discuss some of the more ridiculous and funny and just interesting things that I saw there and actually kind of showcase a few of those things. So let's dive right into that, shall we? I find it very funny to see Switch 2 like store display stuff all ready for sale at conventions. Like the system hasn't even been out for 2 months yet, and you're already getting this stuff from like your Walmart, your Target, your Best Buy, wherever, getting your hands on it to come and try and sell it to people at these conventions. Now, I'm sure people are gonna want it, but it's just very funny to me that it's already showing up at places like this. Now, one of the cool things to me about all these 3D printed statues, and the main reason I wanted to show them, is because this guy actually says that he got all of these done in one shot. Like his printer was big enough to be able to do every piece of it without having to stop. And that's wild to me because you don't really see a lot of people with printers big enough to be able to handle all of that. Oh, Nintendo. I kind of forgot about how heavily that they focused in on the touch aspect of the DS. Back then it was a little tongue-in-cheek, haha, look what they did there. Now it just makes you a little uncomfortable. I actually went to this convention really hoping to find a boxed Famicom disk system, and lo and behold, there was one. But I don't know if you can see that price there, but that is absolutely horrendous for what you can get for one. Now, finding one in the States might be a little bit harder, but you can import one from Japan for a lot cheaper than that. In fact, I did. This is very much in the camp of what on earth are they thinking with that price? Now this thing here is quite interesting because this is a McDonald's training program that was developed in this early 2010-ish year. This was distributed within the Japanese market of McDonald's as a means to train new employees. I asked the dude who was selling it, and he was asking $2,500 for it. So that's just quite an interesting little piece there. Now, I'm sure you're probably wondering why I'm showcasing a Barbie game of all things, but I mean, just look at that price tag. From what I understand of this game, the ESRB version of it was released exclusively in the Canadian market towards the end of the 3DS's life cycle. So there's so few of them floating around that people who are interested in collecting the entire 3DS library have a hard time actually coming across this one, which is why this game-only version goes for $700. Finding a Vectrex in general is always a nice little occasion whenever you come across one, but it's rare enough finding the system itself, but let alone finding one complete in its box. Now, this box is definitely not in the best of shape, but you can't expect too much whenever the system is 43 years old this year. But finding the Vectrex always makes me happy, as well as finding this nice little collection of games that somebody was selling as well, also complete. I can't do a video talking about the ridiculous things that I saw at the convention without talking about this. This is probably peak N64 collector item, whereas this is the box of Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut. Now, the game alone is worth almost $1,000, but if you look at that little price tag there, that says $5,000 that somebody is asking for just the cardboard for this game. No game, no inserts, no manual, nothing. Just the outside cardboard, $5,000. And that's just insane. There's one specific booth that always has the most insane items in their stuff that you can buy, and one specific item is these two copies of Stadium Events here. This game was released and then quickly recalled and rebranded as something else. So the actual Family Fitness Stadium Events is quite rare and very difficult to find. Price charting has a loose cart alone listed at about $17,000, so I can only imagine what this graded complete copy is actually going to sell for. And on this same booth is something that's always fun to see at this convention. I know I showed it last year, but I just have to show it again. It's this 1990s Nintendo World Championship cartridge. There were 26 gold cartridges and about 90 gray cartridges like this. The gray ones were given away as prizes to the finalists of the Nintendo World Championship events. Like I said, only 90 or so of these exist, and this exact one is currently listed on eBay for about $75,000 or so. It's kind of ridiculous what these actually go for, but there's less than 100 of them that actually exist, so it kind of makes sense.